the good time roll, roll all night long.
Well, I'll tell you, they're great. How we doing, everybody? Good. We sometimes find ourselves in a position where, we do tape on a Monday night. People come from off the island. We find ourselves sometimes a little difficult to have people keep commitments for various reasons. And we had not only one guest, but we had two guests tonight that actually had reasons not to be here. And we didn't find out until yesterday. So what we do is, we compromise the situation. We try to make it as best as we can. Nobody's got it better than me, because our audience has a whole bunch of people that are in the business too. So we pluck them out of the audience and we put them on stage here, and next thing you know it, we've got a show. So if we can fan out, I want to show you who we're sitting up here with tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have John Savoca. Johnny has been many years with Witness here on Staten Island, and recently now has been with the Fireflies.
Correct.
Okay, all the way to my far left, we have DJ Stu, who actually has a internet radio station and radio program, and he's been doing that. How many years now, Stu?
I started in 2001.
You started in 2001.
Yep.
How many years is that, Stu?
I never counted.
Ask how long you need to calculate, all right? So I would imagine that's 12 years, right?
Yeah.
About 12 years? All right. And also Vic Puma, who is also with the Fireflies. And Vic, for a number of years, you worked with a couple of groups on the island, right?
Right. Deja Vu, the Chime Tones, and now Witness.
Yeah.
Playing bass and singing background.
Beautiful. Deja Vu all over again. All right. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to we'll have a nice, interesting evening. We'll discuss what music was like on the island, what it's now with, what's happening with you guys as the Fireflies. Mm-hmm. And Stu, you can also give us some input on, the world of rock and roll, and I mean the world, because your program goes all the way out to Elephant's Breath, Montana.
Anybody who has a computer anywhere in the world.
Wow.
So.
Well, that's good. And how many people, I always ask this question before we start the show, did anybody go anywhere in the last month since we saw you? Anybody see any shows or been to any rock and roll shows or anything like that?
St. George Theater.
St. George Theater.
Fireflies.
Okay.
Who else was there? Gene Chandler. And
Chandler.
he came out by himself
Right.
with his cape and his hat and his
Out of the
cane.
back door,
Yeah, the back door,
which
yeah.
is the old
And
story.
he
I
did-
tell that
yeah,
story all the
yeah.
time.
All by himself, though. He was on
No, I know.
Yeah, he was excellent.
No. Well, because the audience basically sings. He gets the audience to sing. He doesn't need anybody. I think I told the story once before on the air, right? That we did a show in Florida, and it was like a monsoon. It really was really bad. And Gene Chandler comes in from the back he always comes in from the back of the audience with the top hat, the cane, the cape, the whole thing. And the band starts playing, and the audience just starts singing, Duke of Earl. And they all start stamping and clapping. And then he comes in as a surprise from the back. Wow, yeah, we like to play pranks and jokes and whatnot. So that rain was so bad, I went around and I locked the door. So the audience was duking for about 5 minutes. And they duke, and he's banging on the door. He couldn't hear nothing with the audience playing and everything. Yeah. Somebody heard the door and opened the door. He come in, soaking with his hat. He looked like the cat in the hat. The hat was flopped over this way. He told me he was never going to work that theater again. He said, how dare they lock the door on him and everything.
No, you did.
No, well, if he watches this, he'll know. But he lives in Ohio. He doesn't know about this thing. This thing will never go to Ohio.
Vito, I emceed a show Saturday night with the Tercels.
Oh, they did a nice job.
They're great. They
Tommy
are
and the guys, yeah, they're very good. Where was that show?
Paramus, the Elks.
Oh, yeah, sure. We're going back there for our 32nd year.
I think it's sold out already. I mean, they order those tickets in advance.
They sell out the year before. That's the most amazing place. I wish if I had 20 or 30 more like that a year, I'd be happy. But we've been doing it for 30 years.
Wow.
And every year while we're on stage, they give us an envelope to read, and it basically is an invitation to come back the following year. And then they sell tickets, and they sell out. About 300 people in there. Cool. Yeah, we were doing that Paramus Elks. when the elk was was this high, you know. When the elk was a fawn, I don't know what an elk is. You got elks out there, what? Donnie,
Huh?
what's a baby elk called?
Baby elk.
Baby.
What's a little elk?
We don't have any.
What do you mean you don't have any little elks? Oh,
We only have mature elk.
yeah.
We have deer in Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
All over the highway.
Yeah.
That don't count.
Oh.
That's a different club altogether.
No, you never heard the story about the girl who came home with this guy and he's got these big antlers. He said, "Ma, I want you to meet Joe. Isn't he a deer?"
Make me sit next to him.
Somebody call up, see if those acts could make it, if they still could come. Thank God you're a DJ.
John, sing a song.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we just recently, yesterday, matter of fact, my cousin Jimmy and they have a Staten Island
Group Harmony Club.
Group Harmony Club. I couldn't think of the exact name of it. And they hold it over at the Roadhouse. And Sunday afternoons,
The last Sunday of the month.
last Sunday of the month. Almost the same, oh yeah, almost can't say over here too, because we're the fourth Sunday of the month, fourth Monday of the month. But they have a bunch of, people that really enjoy this music. They show up, they have dinner, and they have, and actually have some of the people performing. And I'll tell you, it was very interesting. I went there yesterday. I sat down with Billy Dawn Smith, and Billy Dawn Smith, got to be 85 years old at this point. Hey, I'm old? 82. He'll hate me after this now. I think I'm 3 years older. But I know Billy since, 50.
This is a little elk.
50, yeah, since he was an elk. Since he was a baby elk. He was baby Dawn.
Wow.
But he produced 16 candles, and he wrote most of the Crest material, Trouble in Paradise, Step by Step, and countless other songs. I mean, I'm going to have him here. He's going to come on as a guest probably in the next month or so.
If he's still talking to you.
Oh yeah. Don't tell him I said 85. And then he'll give us a little rundown on his career. I mean, we were reminiscing for a long time because when I first started in the business, I was only 14 years old, and we were talking about different people that we both knew and how, who wound up here, who did this, and it was really I had a great time. I really was very, very, very inspired by by a lot of things that he did over the years. Anyway, excuse me, before I choke to death, that's where I saw Mary. Of course, Stu was there. Karen was there. I saw all the Three Musketeers were there. But I know that
Those three back there?
the thing that I was impressed about was the fact that everybody enjoyed themselves. Everybody really enjoyed themselves. Not only the singers, but the people themselves. They it was like being at a sock hop in the 50s or something like that, where they actually just, they actually knew the words to every song. They were singing while they were eating. That was the best part. They were singing with their mouths full, But it was an interesting day, and also concerts. Speaking of concerts, where are you, Mike? Mike's he's a producer. He's producing a show at St. Finbar's. I was always fascinated by that name. Usually it's St. Michael, St. Anthony, St. Joseph, St. Mary, St. Finbar. Sounds like a candy.
Yeah.
But anyway, St. Finbar's, November 9th, and that's over on Bath Avenue, right? Bath Avenue in Brooklyn. And what? Bath and what?
18.
Bath and what, Mike?
18.
I got this tickle in my throat. It's amazing. Okay, 18th in Bath. Okay, and you've got the Rat Pack, it's the New York Rat Pack, which is they're impersonators of Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Marilyn Monroe, and also Angel Rizhoff. Angel's a good friend, a very good friend. He's got Angel sang with the Planetones for a while.
That's right.
He was with Little Isadore for a while,
True.
and Very talented guy, really very talented. And he also does something now, Righteous Brothers things too, he's doing also.
With Michael doing more.
Yeah, yeah. And Twin Gold, two lovely sisters. I got them their first few jobs when they first started. They had called me up. You know, they said they were thinking of putting the show together, and I got them their first couple of jobs, oh God, a few years ago. Excuse me, this is insane. And anyway, and Michael Diamore. Michael is mostly Italian songs, or are we talking about, is that the same?
He's doing doo-wop.
Doo-wop, Italian doo-wop. Doo-wop, he's gonna doo-wop. That's what I meant.
Vito, at this show, he's going to sing with Michael. Michael is going to sing with Angel as the Righteous Brothers.
Okay,
And Billy Dawn Smith is going to be there.
oh, great, great. And Lauren
Hut.
Ott,
He's from Jersey, he's country western.
UTT, Ott,
And
Right.
Dennis Dell.
all right.
And Dennis Dillon.
He's not listed, but he's going to be there.
Yeah, I mentioned Marilyn. Who's there?
Dennis Dell.
And Dennis. Dennis just did a great job at the
He's fabulous.
at the Harmony Show Sunday. Did a really good job.
He's good.
Excellent excellent voice too. That's great. It's a nice little lineup. Tickets can be gotten at 718-646-5580. 718-646-5580. Okay? And ask for Mike. Tell him I sent you, and you'll get nothing. Thank you.
Vito, because you said that, $5 off the ticket.
Woo! All right, $5 off the ticket, Mike said, if you say Vito sent you. All right. Say Vito sent you, you're liable to get arrested. It's like a
Thank you, Vito.
like a speakeasy, right? Hey, Vito sent me. Excuse me, folks, I'm choking to death here.
It's John. Is that Lauren?
Oh.
Lauren?
No, I
Is that his last name? Watch the
actually I had gone into the doctor's office this morning. They had put a scope down there, so it's a little scratchy. But anyway, that's that. This is November 9th. Now, of course, it's no competition to him, so I'm going to mention it anyway, but myself and Frankie from the Danny and the Juniors are emceeing a show November 9th out by Philadelphia. And that show's got, let's see who's on that show. Lou Christie, Mark Lindsay, Ron Dante from the Archies, and Dennis Stefano from the Buckinghams. That's the 4 acts that are going to be on that show, and the Ripcords. They'll be on that show. We're getting a chance. We're actually emceeing a show of 60s acts. It's going to be interesting. Interesting. And where are you guys going to be? Where are the Fireflies?
Mike, where are we next?
November 9th, we're at, it's on that paper.
November 16th.
Where?
November
Oh, November
16th, you're at the
16th.
Hampton.
Right, Hampton High School
Yeah.
in Southampton, and 23rd would be in the
It's a dinner dance.
dinner dance in Long Island. It's going to be a benefit for raise for cancer and benefit for Paul Giacalone and his daughter, because she has the MS.
Oh, boy.
And
Cough drop?
December 7th,
And do I
we're
have
going to be in Anesthesia Church. Right. St. Anesthesia Church.
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia. Did I say that?
Yeah.
I did.
We're going to be at St. Ethan's.
Anesthesia.
All right, all right.
Yeah. And we got a few jobs next year, too.
I like how we threw the ball to you.
Yeah, I know, right?
He went over everything before us. Oh, we're here, we're there, we're here.
Here you go,
Okay,
Vic.
where you gonna be? Ask him.
Yes, go.
Oh, God. I have a cough drop. I gotta take a cough drop, excuse me. I don't know what's causing this, but when you go to the doctor, you come back, you need to go to another doctor after that last doctor.
Yeah, we did St. George Theater last week. That was a nice
Yeah,
show.
how was that show?
Great show. It was an excellent show. Dupree's,
Class.
Gene Chandler, the classics, Tokens.
New girl.
Huh? What was that girl's name?
Frida Payne?
Frida Payne.
Pain, yeah.
Right.
She did a nice, she was good.
Right. And somebody else.
You.
Fireflies.
Fireflies, that's it.
Jeez.
Dupree's are everywhere.
And Dupree's.
Everywhere
Dupree's.
are Dupree's.
Yeah. We're gonna be at St. George Theater February 15th. I don't know who else is on that show with us, but we're on the February 15th.
Oh, cool.
Coming in.
It's Valentine's Day special?
Yeah. Day after Valentine. $5 off.
They're gonna hold you to that.
Don't mention that. Vito said.
Yeah, Vito didn't send that one. Actually, December 7th. Well, December 7th, you said you were someplace too, right?
Right. That's
You mentioned that one?
yeah.
Anastasia.
Yes,
Oh, that's the one,
anesthesia.
San Anesthesia.
Yes, anesthesia.
That's why I didn't really remember it. Yeah. Actually, December 7th, we're at Queens College. We'll be with Janie Americans, the Brooklyn Bridge, and the Del Satins on that night, too. And that's December 7th at the
Some bad day.
the Colden Center, Queens College. And anyway, Stu, give us a little rundown on your radio program.
Well, I'm doing 3 different shows now. In order to get the station, it's www.oldiesyourway.com. Now, not even talking about the show, that on our website is a million things to see. There's videos. There's a video of our club from Staten Island from August. And a lot of other things that you can see on the web. You can spend 2 hours just looking at the website. My show is on Friday night, the main one, 7 o'clock till 3:01 in the morning.
Wow.
And I play all kind of music. Sunday night I'm on from 11 o'clock till 2 in the morning, and that's strictly doo-wop. And the newest edition is Tuesday night from 10 o'clock to 12. I do folk music, which nobody does, bringing back all the things from, and I call the show Return to Bleecker Street, because that's really what it is.
Right.
And I got people coming in, they says, like, you're bringing me back to an era that no one even does or thinks about.
Well, that's the way the oldies started years ago.
Yeah.
Everybody used to say the same thing. You're bringing me back. So it's time for the next generation to really start to have, what they would call their oldies at this point. That's why I said the show that we're emceeing over in November 9th in Pennsylvania. Well, actually, it's right on the borderline, Jersey and Pennsylvania. It's all '60s acts, so it's their time right now, and I'm glad. Music will keep. You guys actually are right on the cusp too, because you're '50s and '60s. It's more early '60s, which is acceptable by the '50s audiences.
Yeah, but
So-
it's really amazing. When we play with Witness, and we're singing an oldie, we got sometimes young kids in the audience singing the words with us.
Yeah.
And I go, your mother must have listened to this when
Of
you
course,
were younger.
Of course.
You know,
They
Well,
all
that was
take.
in St. Lucia, and he sang,
Yeah.
what was the song he sang?
Unchained Melody.
Unchained
Melody.
Melody in St. Lucia, and all the young kids were singing along with him.
Yeah. And grandparents could do it too,
Yeah.
because it was originally done by Al Hibbler before the Righteous Brothers had
I
it.
really got scared. I'm walking in town, and some guy walks up to me and didn't know him. He goes, "I seen you the other night." He goes, "You were really good." And I'm going, huh? I didn't know what to say,
You should have said thanks, son.
And
Should have said, thanks, Ma.
Thanks, son. Yeah.
$5 off next show.
That's great. You were playing bass before you started
Oh,
singing,
yeah.
no?
Yeah. I started way back.
Did you start with the school, or you started playing that
played
just
at
by
school. Remember you played?
You played bass in school?
Yeah. In high school, I played bass too.
And you were from Rosebank originally?
Right.
South Beach.
South Beach.
South Beach.
Right.
and-
South Beach. Then the Fort Wadsworth.
Right. That's why I keep saying Rosebank, but it was really
Yeah.
Fort Wadsworth.
Right.
And what school did you go to?
McKee.
You went to McKee. Is
Yeah, John.
that how long you know each other?
We went
Really?
Went to school together.
Vic was on my show with Deja Vu when I was
Yeah.
on the radio down
yeah.
in
Yeah.
New Jersey.
90s,
I
right?
tell
Yeah.
the story
Early
all
90s.
the time. We were in the same class. I copied off of him. He graduated, and I got thrown out.
He's 3 days older than me too.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, watch your step.
Easy.
Now McKee was vocational. What'd
Yeah.
you go for?
Space.
Space.
Carpentry.
Everybody was an auto mechanic or
Carpenter.
or
Yeah, carpenter and auto mechanic.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So if you ever get a wooden car, Stu, they can help you out here. What school did you go to, Stu?
PS 161,
Yeah.
High school.
George Westinghouse vocational.
Where's that?
In downtown Brooklyn. I didn't stay in the profession. I was learning how to fix TVs, and I just didn't like it after being there, and I just went into another field.
Wow.
All right, the question is, where'd you go to school?
I never heard of that school though. That's kind of strange.
Famous school in that area, too.
George Westinghouse.
People want to learn how to fix things.
Refrigerator.
TVs and
Refrigerator,
more
washing
like
machines.
TVs and eggs.
Kelvinators. What school did you go to?
New York.
New York?
Yeah. I went 4 years to Newt Up High School and 4 years to Curtis High School.
What?
Every summer.
Every summer.
Summer, okay.
I did.
Really?
I swear to God, I did. Every year summer school. Every single year. Coming out of summer school, the last year that I was there, Jimmy Michella, who was one of the original Elegants, pulled up with his car. He had bought his father's car. He was 19, I was 16. Pulled up, radio blasting, Little Star was on, and he goes, #1, it just hit #1. I took my books,
Threw him out the window.
and I was gone, and that was it. No, I didn't. But I did do 8 years of high school. 8.
So did I, same school.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh God, I really never heard of that. That's amazing. And I thought, Newt Up used to play football, and we'd play. There was played against just about every school in the 5 boroughs. So I had the opportunity to. To get to know Tilden and New Utrecht and all and
You
those
played
schools
football?
like that. But the thing was that I really didn't know that there was a George Washington. I'm not being facetious. I don't want to alienate anybody out there with let me. Okay, I'm getting a sign from.
God.
Yes, God. Is the shirt
No,
blocking?
it was Vic.
It's always
His
Vic.
metal is hitting the
Microphone.
Oh, I thought you were telling me. I'm trying to fix it.
I thought George Burns was here when you said God.
God. Kid
Gotta
around.
learn sign language.
God.
Were you doing something? I didn't see you.
Yeah. If he was dyslexic, we call him dog. Anyway, what else? Any questions? Guys have any questions at all? Would you like to have any questions answered? Good.
That's great. How about dance?
Want to throw some trivia?
Any trivia? I mean, how about we give you the questions, you give us the answers?
Yeah.
Does that sound good? No, huh? All right. Okay.
Are they alive?
It's a baby elk.
Yeah. What do you call a baby elk?
Wait a minute, Hattie's out there. Hattie, come up with a good question
Why?
to make it interesting.
I just did. That's the question.
You know what, Stu? You give them a question. We'll see if they give us an answer back. Any trivia question?
Okay, are you familiar with a song called This Time? It was a very big hit.
Troy Shondell.
See? Hattie knows.
Wow.
You can't fool Hattie.
Repeat the answer, because she's not mic'd.
How does it go?
Troy Shondell is right.
Troy Shondell.
Hattie was friends with,
Troy Shondell.
no, with Herb Cox from the Kleptones. They actually worked together.
Yeah. That would be at Manufacturers Hanover Trust
Absolutely.
on Water Street.
Yep.
How's that trivia?
He was a guest on my show. Hattie's there. He walks in. Hasn't seen her in years. Hattie!
That was great.
And he retired from there about 20 some odd years.
89.
89. Huh? How's this?
I was.
I know my stuff. Are you kidding?
You were on a bus with half of these people back in the 50s and 60s.
That was 8 years ago.
We spent most of our lives on buses.
Some of those stories are interesting. You used to tell about.
It's hard not to repeat myself because we touch on a lot of things when I'm sitting up here. But the bus tours were the most interesting for us because, we were kids from the neighborhood. We really didn't go anywhere. Where'd you go? The only bus we ever were on was a charter bus going to Newt Up High School.
Were you ever on one of the Dick Clark tours?
Dick Clark was after me. His tours were after me. I believe me, I'm old. I mean, I don't mean old, but in the industry, we were old. We were one of the first historians. You're a historian. Maybe you do me a favor and check into it. We made our first record before the Elegants as the Cressets. And that we recorded that in 1955, going into 56. I don't think they claim that we were the first or second of any white rock and roll group to have a record released at that point. And I haven't found anybody other than that. I know that the Mellow Kings were somewhere in the 56 area. But I'm talking about all. I'm not talking about interracial, but And also, we were the second white rock and roll group ever to have a #1 record. The first was Danny and the Juniors, and they beat us by, I think, 4 months, 5 months.
Last night I played your song, Little Star by the Crystallairs in German.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of comments on that. What did you say?
They did
Kleiner,
a nice, yeah. They did a nice version of it. And there's also a group out of England called the Roommates that just did a version of Tiny Cloud.
Yeah,
Our
I
Tiny
played
Cloud.
that.
They did,
It's
what a great
great.
job they did on that. They did also Please Believe Me. They covered about 3 or 4 of our songs.
Well, there's that CD of Vito Picone songs,
Oh, yeah.
elegant songs.
Yeah.
All different groups are on there singing his different things. Amazing.
Hey, I don't mind getting marks for royalties.
Sure.
Send my German marks to my house. That's all right. I'll convert them. I'll convert them into scuttles.
You know a guy named Mark Wilson?
The buses, the interesting part about the buses, or that we would do, you do 30 days, 35 days in a row. You would drive to the theater, you do a sound check, you do your show, then you go back on the bus, drive to the next town, you get into the hotel, you check into the hotel at 3 o'clock in the morning, get up the next day. Bus takes you right to the theater. You do a sound check. You do a show on the bus, right out the door on the bus. Go to the next, and I'm talking about states, not towns.
Did you ever stop to eat?
Yeah. Well, you had a couple hours in the daytime, and there really was not much to do. When you were 16, 17, or 18 years old. I mean, movies, and there weren't any malls at the time. There was no malls.
No.
But you went to the movies or you bowled. There was really not much to do.
Do you have
And-
chaperones on the bus?
we had one chaperone on the bus, but once you were on your own, you were on your own.
Yeah.
Nobody, yeah. I mean, we hung out together. The Belmonts, Dion and the Belmonts and us stayed together most of the time. We always were together. There was a lot of similarities with, 4 Italian guys from the Bronx and 5 Italian guys from Staten Island. So there was a lot of camaraderie between us and the same type of humor. So it was always a good thing. Buddy Holly and the Crickets, were with us.
Was Frankie Lyman on your bus?
No.
No.
But,
He must have been interesting.
Yeah. We didn't work. We never worked with, but we worked with the teenagers 100 times, but not with Frankie. Frankie had left the teenagers, fairly early. But with Buddy Holly, again, different sense of humor and the same type of thing. He would hang out with Dwayne Eddy, and guys from that area, had things in common. So they had it. They stayed together. And Clyde McFadden was with Jackie Wilson. They would hang together, and so it. And the girl groups would same thing. They would always hang together. The Shirelles and so on and so forth. But you get a chance to live together. Literally, you're eating, sleeping, and working together for months on end. So you really become close. And as I said, also I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but I do. I know I've said this before. Was that the tour we were on, the last tour we were on, when the tour split, Dion went with Dion and the Belmonts went with Buddy Holly, and they picked up 2 new acts, which was the Big Bopper and Richie Valens, and then they went to the Midwest, and we wound up going down the South, and Bobby Darin was with us, and Frankie Avalon, and they wound up going down to the coast, and that was when Buddy had the plane crash. So it was, like I said, we've been around a long time. It's, as Billy Dawn Smith will verify. I spent 2.5 hours just reminiscing when it was incredible.
There were no air conditioners on the buses in those days.
No, and on one particular trip, the heater went, and we were freezing. I mean, it was horribly cold in the bus. We took all the suit bags, we opened up all the suitcases and everything, we took the clothes out. Dion and I were sitting next to each other, and we just threw all the clothes on top of us and tried to keep warm underneath the clothes until we got to the next town and they fixed the air conditioning.
Well, that's why the Buddy Holly, that plane crash, because of the bus. They wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, that was, and Dion didn't want to spend $35 to get on that plane because they were going to chip in and rent the plane, which wasn't a lot of money at the time.
Well, 6 or 7 people were supposed to have been on that plane. This one was Then he canceled, and this one was going
Yeah,
on.
the real story, I think Waylon Jennings was probably the closest thing to that story, because Waylon Jennings was one of Buddy Holly's musicians.
Waylon was the one saying that he never got over that.
Yeah, yeah.
He said it bothered him the rest of his life.
Yep.
That he was supposed to have been on that plane and
Yeah.
wasn't, but his friends were. So.
Well, it was Richie Valens. Richie Valens wanted to get there, I believe. He wanted to go to the next town early to do laundry, because he had all the stuff from the last tour.
Richie Valens was having dreams of a plane crash since he was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that comes out in many
Well, I
books.
saw that in the movie, too,
Yeah.
in the movie.
That was supposed to have been a true story.
And I think the Big Bopper wasn't feeling good, and he wanted to go to the next town early and get a shot, antibiotic
His
shot.
son just passed away,
Yeah.
Big Bopper Jr.
Yeah.
He was following his father's footsteps.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
No, that's it. There's stories. I mean, there's so many things. We were pulled into a town. We pulled into a town in Newport, Rhode Island, and when we pulled in again, we used to pull in at 3 o'clock in the morning. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, we pulled into this town. We go into the hotel, and we couldn't wait to go to sleep. I hit that bed, and next thing you know, 3 hours, 4 hours later, there's all kinds of noise outside. And when we pulled in, it was desolate, just black. As far as your eye could see, it was black. And when we opened my eyes, a noise, I said, what the heck is going on? I opened the window. There was thousands and thousands of people out there, and it was a regatta, a sailboat regatta. And right in the ocean, right out there, there had to be thousand sailboats, the most colorful sails you've ever seen. And they were going to have this big regatta out there. And we pulled right into it, but everybody, obviously, 3 o'clock in the morning, nobody was around. But, you know, it was like a whole different world. All of a sudden, it was like a painting. You opened the window, and it was like a painting with all these sailboats and everything. But anyway, let's go to Deja Vu. All right? I know that you worked with them. The guys that you worked with, originally all Staten Islanders.
Right.
Pretty much so. You worked at the Staten Island clubs and the circuits on the
Right.
club. When did it start?
I need 82.
82.
Started with a cappella, and then they went to the music.
And
Now they have the original girl back in the group that was with them back then. June?
yeah.
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 And the guys in the group that were with the original group?
Frankie
Pandula,
Pandula,
he's not in
Mikey
there. Luciano,
Ciano,
He's still with them.
Pat Machetta.
Patty, yeah.
no.
No?
He
Yeah.
doesn't sing with them anymore.
Your girlfriend's telling you
Who
something.
else?
That's it. And Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burmeister.
Burmeister.
Bobby's from South Beach. Bobby lived in the projects in South Beach.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He was a Burmeister.
Burmeister.
He was the German.
Yeah, that's right. I started with him in 1991, it was.
Yeah. It's all right, Bobby. Good guy.
Seen him the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were doing a cappella. Where were they the other night? In Rosebank?
In Rosebank.
Danny Blaine's.
Danny
Danny
Blaine's.
Blaine.
Yeah.
They had
On
a
Bay Street.
Doing a
costume
cappella.
party
And Witness has been around
since '74.
70. I was going to say in the 70s, because I remember, God, when you guys were working, you worked in a club in South Beach down there. What was the name of that place? Schuber's?
Schubas, wow.
Wow.
Cashitos.
Yeah.
Deja Vu keeps appearing at the Bermuda Inn.
Yeah.
They've been getting bookings there a lot.
The old Bermuda.
Yeah, the old Bermuda.
The old Bermuda Inn, yeah.
It's really old.
Yeah. And
He'll be there Saturday.
and the guys that were with you in the original Witness.
I'm the only original left.
Well, no,
When,
the guys when you first started.
Yeah, it was Glenn Kufal, Joan Morris, Danny.
Danny the Mouse.
No, no.
Danny was your drummer, wasn't he?
No, that was Glenn.
Oh, okay.
Glenn Kufal. He was the drummer. Joan was the singer. I was the singer. Gary Miller and Danny McNichol. And yeah, we.
When did Mikey get together? Mikey.
A couple of years later, you know, when Danny left, Mikey came in and was crazy with us, and he's been a friend ever since.
Yeah, Mikey.
You know.
Been playing bass with us for like 30 years.
Yeah,
Actually, guitar and then bass. His brother used to play bass. He played guitar, and then
I know.
when his brother left, he swung over to bass. And Joni was a great singer.
Oh,
She was
please.
excellent, excellent.
Can't knock the girl.
What's she
could-
doing now? Do you know?
She's doing like a single act, you know, with tracks.
On the island?
Jersey, Brooklyn, all around.
That's great.
You know.
No, That was an era that once the, and it was difficult because a lot of the acts, the recording acts, then it became too expensive for the club owners to, to bring in the acts, the recording acts. And it was perfect timing for you guys because at that point, it was an easy transition.
And there was so many places
So many
to
clubs
work.
to
At
play
the
at.
clubs, every other week, there was another.
It got to a point where I didn't even have to go out to book anymore.
Right.
They would call me up.
Right.
South Shore Country Club. That's the first time I met Bruce.
Sure, sure.
It was funny.
Yeah, we did that when it was what the heck was it called? Not the Conestoga Room or something like that. It was called something else.
But we played upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
We had to carry the equipment
no,
upstairs.
no.
You know,
No, for-
I used to be taller.
That's why
Did you
I
ever play the Beach Coma?
That's why I don't play. The Beach Club, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I played there
I
too.
like that place.
Yeah, we did New Year's at the Beachcomber, and as a matter of fact, that's where, right after that, I had gone in for the surgery. I had laser surgery in the Beachcomber. God, that was, you can't even count the Millways,
Oh, please.
you know, the In by the
Shields.
Wayside, there are just
You know
so
what's trouble
many.
I got in
Eldorado.
the Wayside?
Well, everybody did.
I have no idea.
Everybody.
Your place, we ran question mark.
Question mark, that's right, that's right. Everybody, I had the question mark lounge on the island, on Nelson Avenue. Everybody played the lounge. That was a fun room.
That's when I
It was a
first
good
seen
room.
the Skyliners there. You had them there.
I had the Skyline, had everybody there, yeah, at one point or another. That was a fun club, had a good time there. See, Stu, should have been around when you could have been the DJ at the question mark.
Never heard of it.
How long you on Staten
What
Island?
year was that?
How long you on Staten Island?
I came here in, guess it was 78.
Wow. Well, we were there. Did you go out?
Not in the beginning.
There was a record player in the house.
Yeah, right. But not what the shows you have. 10 to 3 this one, 11 to 12 that one, 7 to 6 that one. How do you find time to even do anything? You're on the
That's
air.
what I do.
You're on the air 23 hours a day.
Well, when I'm not running around seeing customers, which aren't that many anymore. Friday night, Sunday night, and Tuesday night.
Wow. God bless you. I did your show, and it's amazing. It's amazing. He's got records and tapes and CDs stacked up. He reminded me of Joe Franklin.
I was up in his office.
Joe Franklin's office.
I think I got more than he does.
Oh my God, you do. But he has things all over the walls on his. Not him. I'm talking about Joe Franklin. And you sit down like this. He interviews you like this. You have to sit like this. My God, you got to go outside and change your
You
mind.
were going to be on, I think, an hour and a half, and you wound up staying there like 3.5 hours talking. Every subject we could get on, and people you knew, and it just
Oh, sure.
and people sending me emails. What an interesting program! Don't let them leave. My wife's sitting upstairs. Go home already.
Yeah, right.
It was almost midnight, you know.
I tried to sneak out of the house. I was afraid she was going to hit me with a broom.
She's still alive?
Joe Franklin?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Joe Franklin's still going. He's an amazing man. He still looks the same, too. Looks the same. I don't know, any more questions? Give him another trivia question, Stu.
Let's see.
And just pick anything.
Donnie Brooks recorded what song? Come on, Hattie. Donnie Brooks.
Bells.
Mission Bells, right?
Mission bells, right.
It's like a walking
I was
jukebox.
going to say, she's like a woman.
No,
too,
she's
right?
got. When I was doing the show, I had we were doing trivia on the air, and whoever called in, I get a call every question, everything I would come up with. Hattie would call. I said, "Who's this Hattie person?" Then one day she came up with her then boyfriend.
Oh, God.
That's the story that makes a lot of comedy.
no.
She had this guy, was it Rich? She had this guy, Rich. No matter what I played, you'd think it's Ricky Nelson. I said, "That's Connie Francis." What is that?
Really?
That's why it's her ex-boyfriend. There's
That was my introduction.
nothing in common. You don't notice music, get out.
She sent them out to bring back some coffee and stuff. We're on the air doing another contest. He calls in from the grocery store. Ricky Nelson. I said, I didn't even play it yet.
Oh my God.
Speaking of calling in all the time, Mary, you got to get the award for the most tickets ever won, or most contests ever won in anybody's life. I have never, ever seen anybody win as many things as you win. I don't know if you have speed dial, and you sit there all day long.
That's how she got her husband. Big contest. She won.
She won. You won Greg in the contest.
Well, no, it's the internet for America.
It's amazing. Every time I see her, she says, I just got tickets to this show. I just won tickets to that show. Now you just got another one. Where'd you go? America. You're going to see America at Westbury?
Wow.
This Friday, yes.
Unbelievable.
I was listening to Don K. Reed several years back, and he says, I don't know how you got on the phone, Mary, but there you are. And she won something then, too.
That's good for you. Good for you. That's great. You guys feel like dancing? I mean, we got some music we can put on. Do you want to dance a little bit? Feel like dancing? Yeah? I'll tell you what. Yeah. We get something queued up there? We cue something up for them?
Play something and let Don drag them out.
I'm gonna leave it up to you, Vinny.
Debbie will dance. What?
Dang, 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 ding dong, boom. Dang, 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 ding dong, boom. Dang, 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 ding dong, ding doo. Dang, 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 ding dong, ding.
All right.
Pittsburgh's claim to fame, the Marcel.
Yeah.
Great group.
I worked with the Coasters one time and the Chevelles. Two craziest.
Oh yeah. We talk about the Coasters. They were on one of the first tours with us, and we had more laughs with those guys too. Yeah.
But there's one time, remember the old Moulin Rouge on Forest Avenue?
Oh, absolutely.
We used to have a group before Witness called the Bop Shop.
Oh, I
And
remember.
we were the opening act for Little Anthony and the Imperials. He tore the house down. He would come off the stage, and they called him on for an encore. He went back on for an encore, come back off the stage, and I thought, they're not going to like us. This man was a gentleman. He walked back on stage and introduced us.
yeah.
Till this day, it's one of the best feelings I ever had.
Nice. Anthony's all right. He's a good guy. I don't know. With the second group, you also, after Deja Vu, you were with somebody else. You were with another group.
Oh, I was with the Classics 4.
Okay.
And also with the Capris for 2 years.
Yes.
Right.
I remember that too.
Right.
You sang with them or you played with
I
them?
played and sang.
You sang too? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was some nice dancing, by the way. Want to do it again?
I heard them say they wanted to do it again.
I heard somebody say they wanted to do it one more
One more
time.
time.
You know, this next song by the Drifters, I got Charlie Thomas going into anybody out there in was it Riverhead, Long Island. There's a new theater called the Suffolk Theater. It was built in the 30s. They completely renovated the entire place. They just brought it back to exactly the way it was. It's one of the most beautiful theaters you want to see. The Suffolk Theater on Riverhead. And I've got Charlie Thomas and the Drifters are going in there next week, I think. It was November 8th. I'm sorry, November 8th. That's 2 weeks. So anybody that knows anybody in Riverhead or anybody heading out to the Hamptons or anything for the weekend, they will be there. And this is a song by the Drifters, so you guys can come on the dance floor one more time. We'd love to have you. Okay, there goes My Baby. Paranoid. Yeah. Very good, very good. If I knew we had all these willing participants, we would have thrown a few more songs in there.
You're gonna have to throw some more money.
We
too.
can throw, yeah. So Stu, give me a couple of places that the radio station reaches.
You're talking about the internet, anywhere.
I keep saying radio station. I know.
Well, I have listeners in Australia, Japan. There's like 6 of them that come in on Friday nights listening in, and anywhere in the world. If you have a computer, you can pick it up. And now we have the video that we did the other day on that TV station, Internet TV. That's a new thing for me too, being on that, and that's on our website too, so you can see that.
When somebody listens to the music in Japan, let's say.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. The guy in Japan says to me, "None of us understand a word you say, but we like the music you play."
They're big in doo-wop over there in China.
Oh yeah.
He said, well, a lot of groups there do folk music too.
Yeah.
The thing they did, they learn phonetically. They learn everything phonetically, and like I said, England is a different story. All they have to do is lose their accent, But when you're talking about Japan, or you're talking about places like that, it's Germany, as you said. It's amazing how they pick this up. Now, I'm just wondering that's if they want to sing the song.
My listener in Japan sends me karaoke that he is singing, and I play it on the show.
Now when you're on, let's say for argument's sake you're on Facebook, and you're on Facebook and somebody sends you something from a different country, you can actually hit a button which translates what they're putting in writing. So you don't have to try and translate it. the button actually translates every word within a split second of what they just said. Now, is there a way that can be done with the internet so that when you're talking to somebody, it can be translated to you and then you?
I have no. All I know is that when he writes me, I read it as in perfect English.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe he, but you don't answer him. You
Yeah.
answer. And really.
I send them back and forth. All during the show, he's got questions about. I'll play a song. He says, "Who is that group?" Or, "Oh, there's groups here that are doing that," and he sends me an email of some group that's singing the same song over there.
But I'm supposing that he understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
He may be
He
one in
speaks
he may be
English.
one in a million, but to reach all these other people, there may be a way. And I know, maybe 20 years ago, if I would have said this, I would have sounded like I was nuts. But there is so much technology out there today that anything's possible. If you can hit a button on Facebook when somebody sends you something in Japanese, and within a split second, the entire translation is there, I think it may also work the same way that you're doing it.
It's
And
possible.
there may be a way to do it. You should look into that because you may be able to broaden your, your audience out that way because there are people that, probably would like to listen and maybe they are listening and maybe they don't know that they can get in, to talk to you.
We're listed in a lot of places.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's amazing. I mean, you said Australia, right?
Australia.
That's incredible. And I know the music is popular out there because I take a look at my checks.
Well, one of our DJs is from England, and he broadcasts from there
yeah.
on our station.
Yeah. I look at my royalty checks, and I see Belgium, I see Australia, I see Japan, I see countries that I've never even heard of, Westinghouse. But the thing is that I know these countries are obviously buying the record and listening to the records. 55 years later, they're still doing it. So it's amazing. I have a guy that emailed me. He's a disc jockey in Malta, right outside of Sicily, and he's got a radio station out there, and it's a radio station, not an internet station, and every year he dedicates 1 hour to the Elegance songs because he's a major fan of the Elegance.
Great.
So he plays every song that we ever did. He plays it, for 1 hour straight. I guess locks himself in a room and plays them. I don't know if everybody wants to hear them all, but he does. So he plays them, And that's Malta, So, I mean, that's a good thing because at least I know at least 120 of my relatives in Sicily are listening to it.
I've been playing a lot of your Belinda. I love that
Oh,
song.
yeah.
You were on Laurie Records for
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Great.
Belinda was the #1 record in Sweden when that came out, and
So people go in there for an operation would listen to the song? You're in.
yeah. They wound up doing. They brought the record here and wanted it released in this country. And Laurie Records, we were signed to Laurie at the time. They gave us the song, and we did a cover version of Belinda in this country.
Great song.
But it was it was pretty good. I mean, the song itself was always good. We enjoyed singing it too. Anyway, what do we got? About 2 minutes left, guys? Yeah, 2 minutes left. I'm sure you're very happy about that. Yeah, we always like to take the time, first of all, to thank Giorgio's out there. Giorgio's on Victory Boulevard out in Travis for the past God knows how many years. I mean, he's been such a loyal friend. He just keeps sending in fruit. Today he bought food that was, I couldn't even tell you what was in that tray. I seen everything from stuffed peppers to gabardina. I seen, there was everything in that tray. So, and also the Panini Grill over on Forest Avenue. That particular, they sent all the pies out here, all the pizzas out here, and all the donuts out there came from Country Donuts over on the Greenwich Mall over here on Arthur Kill and on Richmond. They've been also very, very, very loyal to us over the years. They all know that we have a hungry audience, and they make sure that we always have something here for the crew, the audience, and also for our guests. We've got a couple more interesting things coming up in the next couple of months. We had a lot of response from the show that I did with the Elegance, Then and Now, and all the songs that we played. We still haven't even touched on some of the things that we've recorded over the years, so we're going to have them come back another time and finish up with a little more trivia, or not trivia, but somewhat a little more history, I would imagine. Again, I want to thank all of you, of course, for being here, and Stewie, the best. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for filling in tonight. Vic, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
John,
Anytime.
thank you.
It was fun.
All right?
Anytime.
And I tell you the truth, we're going on 22 years. I'm still enjoying doing this, and by the looks of everybody there, and isn't a place that I go on Staten Island that somebody doesn't tell me that they watch the show, they love the show. So that's a good thing. As long as I keep hearing that, I'll keep coming here and doing what I have to do. So if you'd like to come up one more time. No, thank you. Thank you. You know, they say all the time, without you, there's no me. But that's the God's honest truth. And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. I think we got it now, don't we, guys? Yeah. Good night, everybody.